I was experiencing a problem on my website. Here is my current setup. So there are so many different ways to do this.
This is what I learned.
I'm going to be making soy candles. Here are the last couple of bars. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a few things. I'm going to be making some soap. I have plans to make the soap that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that's making a soap using real watermelon. I'm also going to be making a few other soaps, all in preparation for my August launch. I also have something really fun for the weekend planned. My husband bought tickets to the Chesney concert, so we will be going to that along with some friends. And then maybe a surprise project or two along the way. So thank you so much for choosing my video to hang out with me, and I really hope that you enjoy the video that you're about to see. Before I get the video fully started, I want to address the elephant in the room. For those who usually watch my videos, you're probably wondering, Jerica, where did the shelving unit go on your desk? And I ended up returning it because I bought this guy. This is long overdue. This is a big monitor that will eventually go with a new computer that's coming in a couple of weeks. And this is actually the reason why my video didn't go up on Wednesday like I wanted it to. I was editing it, and with my current laptop, it took a really long time. It kept glitching, and even though my MacBook Pro is a really powerful computer, the type of videos that I make these days take up a lot of RAM, and my computer, which I bought in 2019, is no longer able to keep up with the types of videos that I want to do. So it's time for an upgrade. I went ahead and did it, so that's coming soon. I tend to wait way too long before investing in new equipment for my business and my job. So I'm glad I finally took the plunge and purchased this really super necessary thing that I've been putting off for way too long. Here is my current setup, and this screen was too big for that cavity that I had in the shelf. I plan on putting some floating shelves over top, and the computer that I got, the Mac Studio, is gonna go maybe underneath there or hide it behind there. For this soap, I'm using real watermelon, and this watermelon is leftovers from when Kayla and I hosted our family here at the lake the past weekend. So there's all this leftover watermelon that Kayla and I are probably not going to be able to finish, so why not use it in a soap? So there are so many different ways to do this, but what I like to do is to pull all of that watermelon juice from the watermelon and just remove any of the pulp and just use the liquid and strain as much of the chunky stuff out as I can. So I ended up not making soap today, and the reason for that is because I was experiencing a problem on my website. When people were going to it, some people were seeing the prices in Canadian currency, but it didn't say Canadian dollars next to it. So I had to spend some time fiddling with the website a bit, and now everything looks great. But because I spent so much time doing that, I really lost the day. They just kind of flew by. But I'm making dinner, and then after dinner, Kayla and I are gonna head to Fred Meyer to go grocery shopping. We need a few things for the rest of the week, so we'll take you along for that, and I'll show you what I end up making for dinner.
before and then adding it to
So Kayla and I are just about ready to go to the Chesney concert, and this is my outfit, and here's Kale coming.
And this is what I learned.
Are you gonna wear a cowboy hat or no?
To be determined.
Yeah, you're still deciding?
Yeah.
Riding out the waves, all the ebbs and flows used to bring me down. I'm stronger now. Used to toss me about. I'm wiser now. Feel the tide coming. Know the feeling now. Used to lose my ground. I'm wiser now. Used to toss me about. I'm wiser now. Ride it out. Ride it out. Ride it out. Ride it out.
Good morning, guys. It is the morning after the Chesney concert, and we had so much fun. I'm not big on concerts. It's really a thing that Kale loves to do, so I'm always a little hesitant going to these things, but once I'm there, I enjoy myself so much. Kale's a really fun person to go to concerts with. We actually got home at around 2 a.m., so this morning was a little rough, but we've had a little bit of breakfast and we're feeling really good, and the day is just gorgeous. So I think what Kayla and I are going to do is go visit our nieces and nephews, and then after that I think I'm gonna go home and fulfill orders. So that's my day today. So we are back in the studio to make soap today. Today is a big soaping day. I have my frozen watermelon juice all ready to go. I froze this a couple of days ago and haven't really got around to making soap until now, so I'm really excited to try this out. And I'm also trying out a new soap recipe as well, so hopefully everything goes good. And in the next 10 minutes, you'll see a final soap that looks like soap and not a disaster. Fingers crossed. So here are my 4 soaps, freshly poured. They went so well, especially my watermelon soaps. I think they're my favorite out of the 3 types of soap that I made today. The batter it moved really, really slow for the watermelon and also for the mango, but it was a completely different story for the coconut. And I think that's typical of coconut fragrances. They tend to be faster moving fragrance oils, and that was definitely the case with this guy. So I will be very interested to cut into him and see what he looks like. I think it'll be okay, but yeah, it just goes to show what happens when you have the same exact recipe with different fragrance oils that cause it to move in different ways at different speeds. You might have noticed that my mango one does not have a fun top. And fun by my definition, because I really like the chunky swirly tops. I very, very rarely keep the tops flat like this, but the soap moved so slowly. I just didn't have the time to wait. So this is my version of a swirly top on a soap that was really still pretty liquid when I was working with it. And I think it still turned out okay. And I'm excited to cut into this one too, because I think the swirls are gonna be super nice. But with my soaps, I actually like to leave them in the molds for up to 2 days. So there's gonna be a day in between until I cut into them. So until then, I will do some other projects, which I will show you, but that's gonna be my day today. I'm gonna be done in the studio now and head up and have some dinner. Bye guys. Hey guys, it is the next day and I have a pretty busy day today. I plan on clearing the board of all of my orders that have come in. I plan on making some cinnamon rolls for the first time. My first attempt at them, I'm a little worried, but I think it'll be okay. And is that everything? Oh yes, my sister and her daughter have a birthday on the same day. How adorable and wonderful is that? And I want to make them something. So hopefully I'll be able to clear the board of orders pretty early, so that will leave me time in the afternoon to do that. And I want to show you what I make for them. I think you guys are going to like it, but it's going to be a full day. So let's get it going. We are back in my studio and I'm doing what I usually do. I'm spreading out my orders. I have the soap, the solidified soap over there. I'm really tempted to cut into them today, but really I always regret it when I do. If I just wait a little bit longer, it's so much less messy. So I need to teach myself to be patient. Leave the soaps alone, Jerica. Today's another gorgeous day. We had a bout a couple days ago where it was almost chilly. It's funny how weather has become such a fixation for me here in the Pacific Northwest. All right, so I have all of the product that I need. I'm gonna start packaging them up. I should really do this earlier so that the actual shipping process is faster, but I'm still figuring things out. I'm really impressed with how well the lemongrass soaps have sold. They were by far, out of the 3 soaps that, well, 2 were restocks, but this is really the only new soap, and maybe that's why it sold so well. But yeah, by far the soap that sold the best in the past couple weeks. So I'm very much considering turning it into a permanent soap on the line, because it's nice to have a staple, something that's familiar. So if people are brand new to your company, they can try something that's not so crazy and a scent that they have smelled before. So they're not afraid to make that purchase. It's another hot day, and I thought it was cool enough in my studio, but it's starting to get warm again. Whew. I love this part of running a soap business. Just the idea that these are going to other people's homes always fills me with a weird kind of joy. Oh, I don't want this bag, I want the white bag. And even though it's July, I have Christmas over the horizon that I can see. And I'm trying to think of ways to make my products giftable. So present them in a way that people will want to gift them to others. So that might mean packaging them just a little bit better than slipping a naked soap into a paper sleeve like this. Lemongrass soap is a good staple too because it's so easy to make. It's literally just one pour. So it's a good recipe to do in the big slab that I have. Because some of these don't and won't translate well. I know that for a fact. Like my ocean soap, it sets up a little bit too quickly. And I really like the designs of it. And I can't recreate this in a slab mold. The best that I've come, like the closest that I've come is this lemon lavender soap, but it's not consistent throughout the bars. Some look like this and others are mostly white, so I don't know. I love the look of this. So I did it once again. I've cleared the board and these soaps are gonna get cut tomorrow. I'm gonna head upstairs and attempt those cinnamon rolls and show you how successful or not I am. But before I go upstairs, I'm gonna quickly show you a little preview of these soaps and how they're looking so far. I mean, they formed into soap, so that's good. And you can see that the watermelon one has set up gorgeously. And so did this one, the Mango Breeze soap. And here is the coconut one. It's starting to turn. I knew it would discolor because the fragrance oils that I used for this blend are quite heavy in vanilla content. So I like to make these soaps anyways, as I would if there wasn't any vanilla content in them, because sometimes the discoloration isn't so bad. So that's what I'm trying to see here. But that is my studio day for today. I'm gonna head upstairs and close up shop.
Oh my god. Oh my
no.
god. I love how I want that one. That one's mine. It smells really good. I knew right away what it was.
You did?
Yep.
Okay, well I'm so excited for you to try them. I know they don't visually look like, you know, a traditional cinnamon roll, but...
What are you talking about? They look like a homemade
Do they?
cinnamon roll, yeah.
Oh, thank you. I was thinking that they didn't look like aesthetically as good as they could
No,
look.
like a homemade cinnamon roll should be like misshapen. It's the best cinnamon roll I've ever had.
Really? Thank you.
That's really good.
Good morning, guys. Today I'm hoping to make candles and a few other things, but before I do that, I want to show you an exciting new piece of equipment that I'm adding to the studio. I got a new wax melter. I have seen this wax melter being used by a lot of candle makers on social media. So when Auto reached out to me asking me if I wanted to try their machine out, I was like, yes, I definitely do, because I've been holding off on re-adding candles to my small business, but I'm getting closer and closer to being able to do that, and I want to be prepared. So I think the smelter is going to help me a lot with that. As you can see, it's fairly large. I had to set this on the ground actually. Here it is. As you guys know, I currently have Presto pots that help me melt down a large amount of wax, but I have nothing this size. This is going to help me melt down a lot of wax. Here is the fully unboxed melter. So here is the on-off valve, and the wax comes out through here, the melted wax, of course. And over here you have a screen where you can actually set the temperature, which is super handy if you want to melt down a lot of wax and keep it at that temperature. Now let's look inside of the lid. Okay, there's more stuff in here. Here's the instruction manual, a cute little melting pitcher. It also came with a super long stirring stick, which will help you melt down any unmelted chunks of wax by giving your wax a stir. And one thing that I really like about this machine, you can see that the hole for the melted wax is right at the bottom, and there's a bit of a lip. So all of the melted wax will be able to collect down here and be able to come out. So it's much easier to get all of the wax through that hole versus the Presto pot where the hole is kind of on the side. So it's super awkward to get all of the wax that you want. I really like the look of this melting pot. I think it's gorgeous, very stylish. I like the black color. I think it's gonna look really nice in my studio. So let's get it down there and make some candles with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this wax melting. So for this project, I'm going to be making soy candles using the Auto machine. And the first thing I'm going to do is measure out the amount of soy that I need. And the soy wax I'm using is Freedom Soy Wax. I got this from Village Craft and Candle. And I'm just using the handy candle pitcher that came with the Auto. And I'm gonna put the wax in the machine, just like that. I'm gonna make sure that the lever is set to its off position, which it wasn't, so it's good that I double checked that. And then I'm going to plug the machine in and get it going. And when it comes to heating your wax, each wax has its own specific set of instructions. So follow the instructions of whoever manufactures your wax. But for Freedom Soy Wax, we're going to heat the wax up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And the Auto, oh, that was really sensitive. I barely touched it and it turned on. So when it comes to setting your temperature, the Auto only sets in Celsius. So convert 160 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius, which is about 70 degrees Celsius. So let's go ahead and set this to 70 degrees. And I'm gonna click set. And now it's good to go. And you can see that it shows you its current temperature as well, which is really handy if you wanna know how far off the temp is from where you've set it. And so you know how much more time you have, or you can see if it's too hot or not as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it alone, let it do its thing. And I'm gonna come back once everything is melted. Wow, it is melting super fast. That's pretty crazy. Now while the wax is melting, I'm going to get my vessels ready. And I'm gonna use these beautiful vessels that Brambleberry sent to me along with their Prism collection. And how gorgeous are these? Oh my goodness. And these vessels are actually on sale right now on Brambleberry's website. So if you think they are just as beautiful as I think they are, then go ahead and grab some. And for the wicks, I'm going to be using these wooden wicks. Now to stick the wicks onto the vessels, I'm actually not going to use sticker tabs. I'm going to use this trick that I learned from Ariane Arsenault, and that is to use this adhesive here. And these really, really get the wick stuck to the vessel, and it's pretty incredible. I haven't seen an adhesion like this. So this is what I recommend to you guys too if you're finding you're having trouble keeping your wick attached to the vessel. So I'm going to add a little bit to the end here, add a little bit to the end, and I'm going to stick it to the very middle of the jar and just let it set. Just like that. Birthday gifts for my sister and her daughter. So I think they're just perfect for that. Like how birthday-ish is getting a candle like this. And because they are for birthdays, the smell of these are going to be Strawberry Angel Cake by Keurig Aromatique. And don't worry, everything will be linked down below. I'm not going to color the candle at all. I just think these vessels just speak for themselves. I'm not going to distract from the beauty of the vessel. If you are going to use the silicone adhesive to stick your wicks onto your candles, wait at least an hour before you pour any hot wax onto or into the vessel to give that silicone a chance to harden. So I'm just going to measure out my fragrance oil. This smells really nice. The Keurig Aromatique version of Strawberry Shortcake has a more cakey scent to it. The other ones that I've tried is more sweet strawberries, so I think this is perfect for a birthday candle. I'm gonna set this aside, and my wax is all melted, which is awesome. So to get the wax, I'll just put the pitcher underneath. Turn on the lever. It is all coming out into my pour pot. And here it has maintained 70 degrees Celsius. And as it's pouring out, you can see that it's actually adjusting the temperature. It's cooling down just a little bit. There is my wax. And this is what the inside looks like. I'm going to shut off the valve because it's just going to keep dripping forever if I don't. And then I'm going to add my fragrance oil. And stir for 2 minutes. There's one. Here are my 2 freshly poured candles, and as that solidifies, I'm actually going to just set them aside, let them solidify a little bit more. And while those projects are cooling off and solidifying, I'm gonna finally cut my soaps. Here's what that looks like. Beautiful. Watermelon sherbet. I definitely could have used just a little bit more red oxide to deepen that pink, but I will say this absolutely gives watermelon sherbet vibes. Last but not least, we have the coconut beach soap. This is gonna be very, very interesting. Yep, pretty much what I expected. That first layer of teal, when I realized that this soap was setting up much faster than I wanted it to, it was the layer that told me I had to start working faster to get it all in the mold. So this blend has coconut, a little bit of driftwood, some eucalyptus in there, but the warmth of vanilla coconut in this soap. I think the teal was such a good choice. I love this color palette combination. I think it's really pretty. I did manage to get some swirls near the top of the soap. I am pleased to see no air pockets. This mint color is so pretty. This is from Mad Micas. I believe it was Tahitian teal. I am a big fan of it. It's like the perfect mint color. So if you're looking for a mint, this is probably going to be right up your alley. Here are the last couple of bars. So those are my cut soaps. I am so pleased with how they turned out, especially the Coconut Beach, considering how fast the soap was setting up on me. I was really scared that it was not gonna look great on the inside, but this was such a happy surprise. I think it turned out fabulous. But I think the real stunner here is 100% my watermelon sherbet soap made with actual watermelon juice. Look how gorgeous this bar is. And the smell of watermelon sugar by Brambleberry, along with the other different fragrance oils that I've blended to make this. So good. If you want to know exactly the blend, that's going to be on my Patreon, along with the exact steps on how to achieve this exact bar of soap, along with over 100 skincare, bath and body recipes. All of that is on my Patreon, which is linked down below. And for $5 a month, you have access to all of that, and also access to me, because I answer every single question that comes my way, either privately through direct message or through a comment on a post. No matter how old it is, I will find it and I will answer it. The community over there has been so awesome and so supportive and so generous, especially these guys, my bubble BFFs. Thank you so much to you guys, especially, because you are so sweet and kind. But I think that's going to be the video for today. If you want to see the results of my other DIYs that I did, the candles, I'm gonna move the results and the finishing up of those projects to next week. And then you can see how I get those ready for my sister and her daughter in a way that looks perfect for someone whose birthday it is. And I'm excited to show you guys that. I will also be making lotions next week. I am down to just 2 watermelon lotions from my launch, and I'm gonna be making more for August's launch, and you will know which scents those are gonna be. And for my patrons, they're gonna get another lovely no melt emulsified body butter recipe along with that video. So I'm excited about that too. So if you liked this kind of content, then I really hope I see you in the next video, which I think will be posted either on Wednesday or Thursday. And until that next video, keep smiling, keep being awesome, and keep making beautiful things like watermelon soap made with real watermelon juice. Bye guys.